It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, and Tom Griswold. And now, here's Tom.
Bob and Tom.
Got my new coffee over here.
Good stuff.
Oh, it's good. Isn't that good stuff?
Yeah. Like it.
There's Pat Godwin over there. He's all coffeeed up. That's what we need.
You're the one to talk.
Just talking to Dean off the air. We learned the sad news that when Josh's dad died, he left Josh a banjo. And it's so sad that your dad didn't play a late 50s era Fender Sunburst.
Yeah, I gotta.
Maybe a Gibson.
Never opened it.
Maybe a Les Paul. Never opened in the case. Would have been a really sad death then. See, I'm trying to make it worse.
I can tell.
It's working.
Hey,
Josh's dad was a great American.
Congratulations.
Josh's dad was a great man. He was a Vietnam combat veteran.
Right.
no way to
Badass.
check it.
And he loved this show and he loved this kind of comedy. So
I know.
He took me aside the last time pretty much the only time I talked to him. He said, "It's real funny about how you're acting like I wasn't in Vietnam."
Oh, that's right.
And I started laughing, and he went, it was pretty good.
No, he did think that.
My favorite story is the way your dad tells us they were literally in the jungle and they're going through these vines and there are other people hunting them, and then he realizes that some of the vines are actually dangling snakes. So just in case it wasn't bad enough.
No thanks.
Godwin said he would have shot himself in the foot. All right, I'm out of here. Check, please.
Have you seen Godwin's Wood?
But we're talking about
would have to be standing in the same boots. Okay?
Josh's dad, Larry, was a badass, but this is why Larry came up in conversation, the late, great Larry, and I'll play a little bit of yesterday's show. Here we go.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
You know what? Thanks. By the way, has anybody noticed the Christy Lee, the guffaw?
Yeah, Christy and
Jess.
That's Jess?
immediately
It was
laughing.
Jess.
That's Jess
That's Jess's
giggling,
big laugh.
like she's
Yeah.
watching
I hear
Dave
you.
Chappelle.
I hear you too, Christy.
I was giggling.
I want to
was
listen. Hang on a second. I want to hear the laughter from the ladies.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh.
That's
Just losing it? Okay.
And Christy saying, geez, yeah.
Okay.
Gee.
That's certainly an awkward moment. In any event, I'm
Sorry
that was
for your
like
loss, Josh.
Oh, I know you all are.
That
It's
was
just-
like a slow motion moment because I knew where the banjo came from, but before
didn't
I
know.
could say anything, it was like
I just
None of us did.
wish that Josh's dad had, for some reason, owned a 1959 Les Paul or a
AK.
pre-war Martin D45.
That would have been pretty cool.
I assume those are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are probably worth as much as Michael Jordan's shoes.
I gotcha.
They're much more valuable.
Would you sell it, Josh, without a second
The
thought?
banjo? I think so, because
Yeah.
I think it might be worth something. It's got a stamp on the back that says Mel Bay. That might be...
That's interesting.
That's probably worth something, right? Yeah.
I think, yeah. Hey, in other sports,
Have you ever heard the... Well, because we obviously part of this show is we have to do rather unfortunate obituaries on occasion.
my God.
Some greats have left us. Ken Osmond from Leave It to Beaver, the great Eddie Haskell. To me, a seminal character in American television, up there with Barney Fife and many other greats.
The great Fred Willard passed away.
Anything from this century.
Fred Willard passed. What always struck me about Fred Willard was, if you're familiar with his work, Fred was always like a guy that they just found in the street that walked in.
He was so great at that.
He was so non-actor.
Yes, natural.
Just the most, which is the hardest thing to be.
Exactly, yeah.
You can never see him empty because you always thought, this is just some guy they pulled on the set to do this.
Right.
But when the great Mel Bay died, are you familiar with Mr. Bay's work?
Sure,
Christy?
absolutely.
The teacher,
Just because of this place, I've never picked up a guitar or anything.
Okay,
but,
or
yeah.
An average citizen.
Many students
but
at Mel
many
Bay learned
have.
through the Mel Bay books.
Yes, I did.
And we actually have this audio from the services for Mr. Bay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Turning the page.
What a loving tribute to Melvin.
Yeah, there you go. I'll be getting some of those books. My 7-year-old starts her guitar lessons this week. So.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
She's a southpaw, so we got her
Oh,
a
lefty?
lefty guitar.
Wow.
I picked it up yesterday. Very excited.
You know, you can beat that out of them.
What's that
Oh,
now?
boy.
You can beat left-handedness out of your kids.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
You have to correct them early.
Yeah.
Break that arm, yeah.
Yeah, they beat the left-handedness out of my dad.
Tie the
I
left
bet
arm
they
around.
did.
He was a lefty, and they made him right.
Are you
I
serious?
bet they
Absolutely.
slapped him every time. Yeah.
But he would hit and catch like a lefty. He would throw lefty, but they made him learn how to write right-handed back in the day.
Man.
Yeah, the same.
But he wasn't much
it's
on
the same
running, though,
pricks
right?
that are teaching script writing.
He could,
Oh, here we go again. No.
he could bat. And,
Yes, people they can't give it up.
Oh, he needed a designated runner, did he?
yeah, he probably did. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
A little DR. Hey,
Father's Day's coming up, Josh.
I guess I'll.
well, all of us.
Oh, yeah, we're all in the same boat.
Everybody.
There we go.
Going to be a crowded day at the
Yep.
graveyard.
Ace, you got anything out there? Is your father around?
No.
Oh, sorry. Well, I guess we're.
He wasn't around when he was alive.
Oh,
Wasn't around when he was alive.
Way to go, Tom. That's a banjo
Wait a
moment.
second.
Okay, everybody remember that so we don't have to go through it
Let's
again.
isolate that.
Hey, Kostaki, how are you?
I'm good. Good morning, everybody.
Now, a couple quick things. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we've been following an exciting news story. Josh owns a banjo, which he led us to believe he was going to be able to bring in here today. Turns out it's in a different
I
state.
never once led you to believe that I could bring this in today.
By the way,
That's
everyone,
right.
Let me play the
He didn't.
audio, Kostaki, where
we're
he
on-
says he's bringing it in.
all right, yeah, play it.
we're on day 2 of this. By
That's
the
my
way.
point.
constant
Kostaki,
spot
listen very
banjo
carefully,
talk.
please. Here it comes.
I am
Well-
legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if.
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Oh,
Thanks.
That lusty, gleeful laughter at the end is Jess Hooker laughing like she's watching Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, yeah. When my dad died, he left a bunch of stuff, obviously, and my brothers and I were going through it, and they said, "Who wants the banjo?" And I said, "I'll take it."
Yeah, Josh plainly said,
But I wasn't able to bring. I didn't have
I'll
room
bring
in
it
the
in.
car.
I'll bring it in as soon as
No,
I
I
can.
it's not. I said I need to get it.
Why
in
didn't
here.
you have room in the car? Were you just taking the rest of his stuff?
No, I was taking other things. I had my luggage. I had other people.
road snacks.
Oh boy.
That's right. It was either, do I take the banjo and throw out the Fritos?
Or the Chico sticks.
Right. What do I?
Have you ever had a Chico stick?
No, it's a chicken stick.
I've never had enough courage to try a Chico stick.
Yeah,
What
this
are
is this is off topic. Hey, Kostaki, good to see you.
Yeah, anyway.
Look what I got. Hang on.
Okay.
We got a Chico stick?
Someone sent me this, and I had it sitting around for a while because I wanted the cooties to wear
It's a
off.
cardboard box. Yes, he's opening it.
And inside
As you
the
can
box,
hear,
can you
sounds like
see? Can you read
snacks.
this?
Holy
What are they?
That's right.
It says Josh.
Josh, Rebecca, and Perica.
We were told about this.
And there's this other flavor. I guess it looks like they're pretzels and goldfish.
Oh, my gosh, what a combo.
Look at that.
This is sour cream and onion. More, Josh.
Here we go. Hit me. I'm
Okay, hang on a second.
Oh, they got
Ready?
my name on them, dummy.
Nice catch. Wow.
Gee, way to
Right
go.
there.
Nice
Way to go,
throw.
Barf. God.
Now they're crumbled.
Here, I got one for Josh.
I would hope you'd have one for me. They have my name on it.
Okay, this is this one is
Where are these from?
Sasamkaman Crispy Rebecca.
Okay.
Where are they from?
Tom, once again, way to go, Favre. He knocked over Josh's coffee.
Oh,
It went
man.
It was right to you.
can you imagine if we
I
did
threw
that?
it to your right hand. Do you need some Kleenex to clean that?
Oh, we'll get some towels. I'll get you
quilt.
some towels.
Okay. This comes to us from
Aces on it.
Colonel Butler, U.S. Army,
Oh, they're pretty good.
from the Embassy of the United States of America in Belgrade, Serbia.
Serbia.
Yeah, thank you.
That's terrific.
Remember the morning I just threw a bottle of water and knocked your coffee over just for the hell of it? Remember that morning?
Here we go. It says, as promised, find a sampling of Josh snacks from Serbia. And it ends, enjoy. This is from Tom Butler, Colonel Tom Butler. And at the end he says, Ziveli. which apparently means cheers in Serbian. Did we stay in the carpet over there?
You are a menace.
Well, it was right to. I threw it right to his right hand.
I hope it's on video somewhere. You'll see
We've
how
got it
far
on
away.
video somewhere. We're going to take a look at it.
Ray Charles would have been able to catch that.
Oh my God!
No.
Yeah,
if he
threw
weren't
it right to me,
if he weren't deceased.
6 feet above my head.
Okay, so thank you, Colonel Butler. We appreciate your service. And now so is someone going to try some of these chips?
I already did. They're really good. Sour
Chicks
cream and
eating
onion.
them.
They're good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all the way from Serbia. They're still fresh.
You like a little Josh in your mouth there, chick?
They are. Yeah. This piece of Josh tastes pretty good.
I bet it's not the first time you've said that, huh?
Got some Josh in your mouth? Want some?
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Hi, Kostaki.
Kostaki, I probably shouldn't ask this. Is your father still with us?
No.
No.
He did not leave me a banjo.
And he didn't he only have one leg? We have a great podcast. Jess and I talked about Kostaki's dad on one of the best episodes we ever had on our podcast.
That's right. We all cried at the end.
Yes, we did.
That's right.
Well, Kostaki, because we did a little survey in the room here, and my father is deceased. Mr. Godwin's father is deceased.
Yep.
Josh's father, who we were talking about, great American Larry, Vietnam combat veteran. Chick's dad is gone. Then I asked Ace if his dad, I didn't realize this, and here's what he said, Kostaki. Ace, you got anything out there? Is your father around?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I guess we're...
He wasn't around when he was alive.
Oh.
Wasn't around when he was
Way to go, Tom.
Wasn't around when he was alive, so he's playing bass with Josh's dad on the banjo. Talking about old times. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
How about ya?
Chick McGee trying to cram How About Ya down our throats.
We like How About You.
Love it.
Yeah.
Everybody likes How About ya?
Big fan.
Except
But
for you.
Even watch this. Hey Willie,
Chick, how about you,
how
baby?
about you, baby? Yeah.
How about you's already locked in. It's confirmed. How about you?
I'd have to
Confirmed.
just check one box on the will and you're out.
Oh, you got it down to checking boxes.
Oh,
huh?
yeah, it's very easy. I've already checked one of them.
It's a lot of boxes.
Let's see now. We have found ourselves here in the Bob and Tom program. There's my son, Willie. I can see him in his apartment in Chicago growing his mustache.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
It's starting to really look good, Wilbert.
Yeah, it is.
That is, yeah.
Thank you very much.
They're lying.
Your dad is not a fan.
No, it looks good.
Thank you, Jessica.
Why do
Jessica,
you
stop
hate
it.
everything we like?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good gauge.
Wait, real quick. I just want to say, I did hear, I'm so sorry. I heard that everyone in the room has lost their fathers, and that's such a shame. But I just want to let you guys know, as a guy with a father, it's not that great. You are on to something.
Oh, I just checked that box.
We checking them boxes, baby.
Now, Willie, I know that you're a very good guitar player.
Sure.
And I know you and you and Pat have played guitar together many times. Pat's a great guitar player. I can't think of any comedians who can play the guitar at the same level as Pat.
Oh, there's a couple.
Dan Chopin, Joe Marlotti.
Not even close.
Taylor Banks is pretty good. Todd Young's a professional guitar
hey,
player.
Henry Phillips?
Yeah.
Henry Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've got
Many better than
that's
Pat.
8.
That's just real quick off the top of our head.
No, Pat's the best.
That dude with that cat song the one time.
Who was that?
I think Berbiglia started playing the guitar.
The point is, Willie, I don't know if you heard about this, but for some reason, we got a really nice letter from a guy yesterday who was doing a 4.5-hour drive because his friend owns a banjo shop, or he owns a mandolin shop. He was driving toward Nashville.
He owns a banjo shop, and he was going to help his friend who owns a
And
mandolin
he's
shop.
a nice guy, just took the time to say, hey, enjoying the show, making the drive. So I just read the letter and said hi to the guy. And then Josh spits out the following, and this is an actual recording of yesterday's show. Here you go.
I am legitimately now the owner of a banjo.
Is that right?
Yeah, I need to get it in here and see if...
How did that happen?
My dad died.
Thanks. So that got us on the discussion about
fathers
whose dads run around. Now, Josh's dad, a great American, Vietnam combat veteran, did a nice job raising 4 boys and managed to not ever get out the napalm, which he probably wanted to on many occasions. But Josh got the bench. So we went around the horn here, Willie, and I didn't really think this through.
Right.
nobody in this room has a living father.
Nope.
Sadly, Chick's dad's been dead for quite some time. My
Quite some
father's been
time.
gone for a long time. And obviously, Josh's dad just died in the last year or so.
10 plus.
Yeah, Christy's dad sadly been gone a long time. And then I asked Ace. Now, pay close attention, Willie. I asked Ace about his dad. I didn't know, and here's what I found out. Ace, you got anything out there? Is your father around?
No.
Oh, sorry. I guess we're...
He wasn't around when he was alive.
Oh!
Wasn't around when he was alive.
Way to go, Tom. There you go. So it gets very awkward there.
All right, well, let's start the comedy. Here we go.
Here's Willie Griswold to make us laugh.
Well, I know Dean, your dad isn't around. So we're really out.
Jessica, your dad's still with us, isn't he?
He's still around.
Yeah.
And you talk about your dad and how
A lot.
offended he gets when you talk about what you do with your boyfriend up against the wall.
Up against the
Well,
wall.
of course.
I still haven't heard from him after the how I won't dress like Princess Leia in the gold bikini anymore because I won't dress as anything that my dad may have whacked it to. I haven't heard from him since.
then. All right.
Yeah, your dad sounds like a very smart guy.
Wow. So
too smart.
now, Willie, we've been trying to catch up with you to see what's going on. You're by yourself in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm all alone up here, and I was trying to think of some things I could do on the show, and I actually have a list of things that I think would be great segments for me to do on the show if you guys want to hear them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Exciting. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my first idea. I could do book reviews. How fun
How
would
about
that be?
that?
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold it.
We don't know. What kind of book
dismiss it out of hand.
We could do Willie's book club. Everybody does.
So let me. Okay, so are you reading a book right now?
I am rereading the graphic novel Watchmen. If that counts.
That's a great.
It does
that's
count.
a wonderful one.
Absolutely. Considered one of the greatest American novels of all time.
Have
even though
you
it's
seen Watchmen on HBO?
I love
really
it.
good.
I think it's
very
incredible.
good. It's amazingly wonderful. Yes, it
Did
was.
I ever tell you about the night watchman at the Holiday Inn where I worked?
Oh, my God.
Eddie Sincere.
Says nothing.
Ladies and
tenuous at best. To this conversation.
God,
just
nothing to do with this conversation.
Shoehorn whatever anecdote he wants into.
How
So,
does me?
so back to a list of segments I think I could do on the show.
Okay, get back to it.
All right. Yeah.
I could rank and review my siblings. I think that'd be fun.
That would be good. Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
From 1 to 6, who's the best?
All right.
Up next.
Now wait a second. Now you've got. Let's see. How many sisters do you have? 4. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
so
Three.
it was a 3-1. Guys in charge. Guys were leading 3-1, and then you turned around 3 more girls. So now it's 4-3.
That's right.
Okay,
4
that's
girls.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to rank them by what? Intelligence? Or
Well, how much you like them, right, Willie?
Just whatever I feel that week. You know,
Yeah.
whoever's the best. I
Who's
don't
the
get
best
too big into
this week?
details.
Who's the best?
in the details? That's got to be Finley.
Finn.
But
Okay.
it depends. It goes week by week.
Oh, no, did you know that Finn's guitar came yesterday? And your old guitar teacher's about to start giving Finn lessons. Isn't that
See, that's
cool?
why Finn's the best. She's following in my footsteps.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right, very good.
Up next, I think this would be great. Each week, I could freestyle rap about politics.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Your dad hates politics.
We've been kind of
yeah.
trying to have fun with the politics
yeah.
thing by
Yeah.
not mentioning it, actually.
No,
so.
I'd love to hear it.
I've hated politics my entire life, and I hate them now more than ever.
Yeah.
I will say I was listening to the show yesterday. You did fire off a zinger at the president, so this has to go. This has to go both ways. Okay, up next,
Yeah.
each week I could show off my hats. How fun is that?
Okay, yeah.
Wait a minute.
hats?
Hold it.
If you want to go back to politics, I will throw this one out. When it comes to playing guitar, nobody fingers that fretboard like Joe Biden.
Here's the
There you
thing.
go.
I don't know if you know this about me, Willie, or not. I've known you since you were born, and I don't think you do know. If the joke you're telling has the punchline with the word hat in it,
Yeah.
I am laughing hard. As soon, there's something about the word hat
Yes.
that makes me laugh every
Willie,
time.
do you have quite a collection of hats?
I don't know. Do I? Look at that.
There's a hat.
What a fun hat that is.
What is that?
What is that?
This is a hat from a brewery in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Are they all
West-
liquor-related hats?
A lot of them are actually.
Do you have like
got
a?
this one.
Do you have a sombrero?
I don't have any sombreros. No,
Oh.
I
With
don't
that
have
mustache, you should get one.
any. There we go. There we go.
You know what?
You set yourself up.
Have you watched Narcos yet on Netflix? You kind of look like
do.
Pedro Pascal?
El Padron or Escobar.
I assume that's a very handsome, thin man.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay, next up on things I could do on the show, I could tell all my father's biggest secrets.
I don't don't think we need to discuss any more.
We are done.
That's it.
Just give us
That's
one.
it.
Give us one.
Give
right
us
now.
one?
Yeah.
One secret.
I've already checked the box in the will.
Do it anyway, Willie. He's kidding. He's bluffing.
I don't know any real secrets. Just small things like where the Playboys were hidden when I was a child.
Oh, now that's interesting. Where were they?
Look at him. He's like, I didn't have
quiet.
Playboys.
No, it's fine. It's a joke. They were just at the radio station. I'm not a monster.
Oh, that's true.
No,
They were back in the
men's club.
In the men's
Yeah.
club. We used to call it the men's club. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's still there's still tons of them in the men's club back there.
Oh,
Really?
there is? I haven't been back there for
The men's
years.
club. It was there's an engineering. The oldest part of this building is the engineering
It
building.
used to be a transmission
Does
site
that-
for a TV station at one
Yeah.
point.
Does that toilet still work back there?
Yeah. Oh, and then our chief engineer, who's a brilliant engineer, in all truth, installed the most powerful exhaust fan that is legal.
It moves the most.
No kidding.
Air.
Yeah, I
cubic
mean, if you were,
inch air.
if
Yeah.
one day we'll take a break and we'll take a cell phone back there.
Yeah.
It is so loud, it's like you're on the tarmac at an airport with propeller planes. And it, but the men's club, they called it, and I don't want to mention any names. Jay Baker installed a magazine rack, and he had all kinds of exotic magazines back there. And
He also had
dare I say, one of the magazines, you'd go back in there.
Oh, no.
He actually had a magazine, I'm not joking, it was called Anal Biker.
Wow.
And it was like, am I right, it wasn't like $50?
Oh my gosh.
That was like big time
Are you
bootleg.
kidding?
No. Somebody had quite a collection.
We
back
do
there.
have the fan from back there, actually.
Oh, we do?
We recorded it a
recorded
long
that?
time ago. Yeah.
Whoa, listen to that.
There you go.
It's louder than that. It actually is louder than that.
louder than
when you because you used to come in here, you would come in here every morning because you were living with me, and so you'd come into the radio station at 4 and 5 a.m. And I didn't know you knew about the men's club. You were supposed to use the men's room down by the air booth.
I wasn't doing my homework. I was having a lot of fun.
You know that when you find out about that, you think you invented it.
Oh, sure,
that like 2-week window of oh my God, does everybody know about this?
Yeah.
No idea.
I was one of the only people that was lucky enough to have that window before school.
There you go.
You guys used to get up and come in super early. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why you did so well in school, because you had that 2-hour window to do your homework.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone knows that I always did very well in school. That's true.
I was talking about Sam.
Yeah.
Who were some of the famous people you met? And didn't you meet Dolly Parton one morning?
Oh, yeah. I met Dolly Parton. I met...
I bet you whacked it that day.
Yeah, I was trying to be a little more delicate, for God's sake.
Hey, we started with Dead Dads, ended up with Jerking Off.
It's a Dolly Parton.
It's another successful show. How do you guys get all the awards?
Well, we have our kids come on and tell them when they masturbate. All right.
Boy.
What musicians did you get to meet when you were coming in high school?
I don't know. Brian Setzer, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
Great, super nice guy and a great guitar player.
Peter Frampton.
Yeah,
that was the coolest day of my life. Peter
Yeah.
Frampton. Ted Nugent, also Weird Morning.
Oh, that was the
Ted.
potato launcher day, wasn't it? Didn't we do a
is that
potato
what we
launcher
did
with
with
him?
Oh, we did a bow and arrow day.
Oh, it was a
with
bow
Ted.
and arrow? So we
Yeah.
know we did something outside.
Yeah, we did.
I just remember
outside.
that I fetched Ted Nugent a coffee for some reason, and then I had to bring
That's
this.
because he had a bow up at your head and said, "Get me a coffee."
Ted Nugent, still one of my favorite guitar solos.
Oh, man.
Journey to the Center of the Mind.
Oh, I was thinking Stranglehold.
No, I love Ted Nugent. And you remember his first band, Willie?
No.
Well, there goes $100. I was going to give you
Oh.
the Amboy Dukes.
Let's face it.
Ted was probably, 16 or something? Oh, great solo. We'll have to dig that up and play a little bit of it for you.
Remember that food we used to have, Willie? Man,
Yeah,
the chicken
caterers.
tetrazzini, the caterer, that Terry
Oh, the
guy.
meatloaf, the macaroni, and
We were trying to
cheese.
figure out if he was still alive, and if he is, we want to have him make Josh a meatloaf cake.
Man.
Yeah, that'd be
My-
great.
One of my
Terry.
favorite radio stories is that John Panette came in, and there was this delicious cheesy potato casserole.
Oh, yeah.
And John Panette talked to me about the casserole for 10. This is the best casserole I've ever had. I love this casserole.
Yeah.
And then he kept saying, you know what it's made out of? Angels.
We need to get him back in here. At some
No,
point.
sadly, he's
Oh, he's dead.
God. Just your whole thing today.
We need Terry's
Somebody
cookbook.
mentions your dad's dead, and the next thing you know, dead. John Panette was such a great guy, and
Nice.
Well, if we can't get him, how about Kevin Meaney? He could come in.
Oh, come on.
Certainly, yeah.
oh, it's really unbelievable, isn't
Get
it?
all our favorites.
Just terrible people, awful human beings.
Kevin's laughing. He's up there with
No,
Josh.
no, he's dead.
Yeah.
He's in a box. Can't move his arms.
He's in heaven. What's wrong with you? My God.
You know what? This is my favorite part of the show. In correcting Josh and I, Tom says something that's infinitely more offensive
Right.
Exactly.
than anything we've ever said.
Greg Warren put it best one morning. He goes, man, I say something. Tom goes, you can't say that. And then says something infinitely worse.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
You figured it out after all these years.
Holy hell.
If you're looking for something to do today, Google John Panette and watch some of his comedy.
Oh, it's wonderful.
He was
Yes.
the funniest guy.
That buffet bit is legendary. Legendary.
Yeah, but it was very funny when he would talk about food. I took him to a really nice steak joint when he was here, and you talk about a guy who would take a menu seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And the waiter comes up and he's got 50 different questions. This was John Panette. He really, really loved his food.
And I bet he fought you for the bill. He a generous man. He really.
Yeah, no, I was fortunately, I had already cleared that, so I was able to pay. But what a great guy.
Yeah.
So, Willie, what other topics? You want to save them for next time?
Yeah, I say next time we just play a multiple choice game. How about that?
No, I like this game. This was fun.
Can you give us
Regular
a preview of your next game?
Yeah, next time we're going to play Lions, Tigers, or John Cougar Mellencamp.
All right.
That is,
Thanks, guys.
that's going to be
rock
confusing.
Watch the entire show live or on demand with the Bob and Tom VIP All Access Pass. Listen live with the Bob and Tom app and make sure to visit bobandtomstore.com. Tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.